You know, I found out that there aren't that many YouTube videos showing double gates. There's a few featuring a couple experts, including a guy who actually sits on the top of his own gates, and I'm not sure I'm going to do that here, but I'm pretty sure I could. Anyways, I just thought I'd share what I had done, because I learned a lot of important lessons that maybe you can learn from my mistakes rather than make your own, so here it goes. First off, the posts. I used 8-foot tall 4x6s. They're embedded in a hole just over 2.5 feet deep with 3 50-pound bags of Quikrete per hole. Okay? And when you make your double gate, what I want you to do is make one big frame in your garage. Just lay it down on the floor and just screw that thing together and measure it out good. Make sure your measurements between the posts are good, and make the total width of the top and bottom crossbeam 1.5 inches shorter than the width between your two posts. Why do I say that? Because you want 3/4 of an inch space between the hinge side vertical frame piece and your post for the application or installation of hinges. Also, when you go to make that compression beam, that diagonal compression 2x4, I want you to take that diagonal, or actually the what can I think here? the frame, and lay it down on the 2x4s and mark them so that you know exactly where to cut those compression pieces. And cut them so that they can fit like this. That way you're maximizing your load pressure. And then the bottom's going to abut against the hinge side of the vertical piece there. What else can I tell you? Oh, lesson learned. Make sure you're pretty exact on the symmetry of the boards, especially these two vertical pieces. Now remember, when it's laying on the garage floor, this top crossbeam and the bottom crossbeam are going to still be intact, because not until you affix the big frame to the post are you going to saw it down the middle. Okay, what happened here? It's not level, and what happened is because this board, this vertical piece, was just slightly longer than this piece. In fact, I had to really bang this one in with the rubber mallet. Once I cut it down the middle after affixing the frame to the posts, as soon as I cut that down the middle and they swung free, because this piece is longer than this one kind of jumped up, and so it's about 1/3 of an inch longer, 1/4 of an inch longer than the other, or taller than the other one. A little bit uneven. Lesson learned. Also, for hinges, I use T-hinges. I found these at Home Depot. They're pretty awesome. And for screws, I used 3-inch deck screws, coated, number 9s. They're awesome. They're great. They went in. I use pilot holes with a drill first, just to avoid splitting. What else can I tell you? Oh, I'm really proud of these. Don't use kits for double gates this big. Turnbuckle kits, they're cheap, they're flimsy, they're small. Instead, get these eye bolts, shoulder bolts. Eye shoulder bolts. These are designed for angular loads. And then get just kind of a heavy duty turnbuckle. Also, at like Menards or Home Depot or your local hardware store, you can find these cable clasps that tighten together using these 2 nuts and 2 bolts. Pretty slick. Just use a wrench for that. And then, to accommodate the turnbuckle system, I actually drilled a hole through the crisscrossing compression beam to accommodate the tension cable. And for the purpose, I mean, this is a compression beam. It's not going to be, this hole isn't going to affect the structural integrity of this 2x4. Anyways, just a safety hasp, little latch up here, cane bolt down there. I used dog ears on the other side. Pretty slick. Anyways, I think this is going to last a long time. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents as to how I did it. But good luck.